We got a packed show, and I'm starting it off with an apology of all things. Not a fan, and I'll tell you why. So a couple weeks ago, and actually the last podcast that I uploaded, Dylan, my homeboy, Arclay Red 93, look him up on Twitch, look him up on YouTube. He showed me a video of some Elden Ring gameplay. Not my kind of game. And he said in the pod, there's about 300 hours he's put into Elden Ring. It's probably like 400 by now. He's put close to 400 hours in Elden Ring. And he showed me a video of one of the bosses in Elden Ring. Melina, I don't remember her name, but it was like the goddess of rot. So, and it was a 2-phase boss fight in which if you died, you started over from the beginning. And she was difficult. So if you died fighting goddess of rot, so you had to fight her as Blade of Rot. And then second phase, goddess of rot. Die at any point fighting goddess of rot. There are no checkpoints, no hand holding, no saving you. You start back over. And I joked when he said he had 300 hours of Elden Ring gameplay. I'm like, oh, obviously that's like 3 bosses. And then I felt bad because immediately after I started playing Hades. And let me tell you, I almost called this man crying because Hades, for those who don't know, was Game of the Year, I think in 2018, 19. Why am I looking at my PA sheet? Don't know. Hades was Game of the Year whatever year it came out. And it is a, top-down dungeon crawler. Each room is different. There are big blocks of rooms. You go through about 7, 8, 9 encounters before you fight a boss. And then you move up to, the next block of encounters, fight the next boss, next block of rooms. The typical game, right? There's just one problem. Hades is set in the underworld of Greek mythos, in Hades' dimension. You don't play literally as Hades, you play as his son. If you die at any point in any room, anywhere in this game, you start the game over from like the very beginning. No, I'm not kidding. You keep, the level ups you had, but like you start the game over from the very first room in the game. I don't know how many hours I've put in, but all of them have been put in the same room because I keep dying to just the first boss, beat that boss, move on to the next boss, keep dying. And I can already see why 300 hours took Dylan, Mr. fucking Arclay Red, to beat 5 bosses. Because I'm beating the same 5 rooms over and over again. It's pissing me off. At one point, it's just a challenge. And I want to take the disc out of the PS5 so I can start playing some Final Fantasy or just move on to Madden. But I can't. Because I don't want the God of Death to look at me like I'm some bitch. My dog gets it. I don't want the God of Death to look at me like I couldn't hang. It is hard. It's not really hard. Let me walk that back. It ain't hard. It's just, when a lot of boss fights happen, you got to sit back. You got to analyze the moves. You got to figure out their tells. You have to, there's like a 1 or 2 runs when you're fighting a boss where you're just sitting back and looking at what they're doing. Where you can just legit take one match, not even use any items, just to figure out what's going on. Hades don't give you that option. Because you gotta go into every dungeon fighting for your life. Because if not, you're gonna start at the jump. And I've only gotten past the first boss, so I'm on the second boss. And I can't imagine what it's like going to the 3rd, 4th, 5th, being near the end of the game where you fight the God of Death himself, Hades, ruler of the underworld, commander of the damned and dead. And if you lose, you got to start the whole game over. I can't do it. I honestly don't want to play the game because I know once I die to Hades and get to that point, I'm just going to be tight. I'm going to snap the disc. I'm not built for it. And here's how I know I'm not built for it. I had 2 people this weekend told me I get too angry when playing video games. That would be my wife, my PA, and my boy Edgar. They looked at me. I'm over here thinking, I'm controlling my anger. I'm not throwing controllers. I'm not breaking TVs. They looked at me and told me, shut up. I get crazy. I'm like, what are we talking about? I'm not that angry. But according to them, you think I'm the Tasmanian devil. I'm the Incredible Hulk out here smashing things, getting angry. I can admit I get a little bit angry playing FIFA, but who doesn't? It's FIFA. That game is terrible, but I'm a team builder anyway. And then when Madden comes out, I'm probably going to be inconsolable because football games, they get me, you know. Put in the comments, what weird thing do you do when you're gaming and you get angry and you have to let your anger out real fast so you can get ready for the next couple seconds in the game? You don't take yourself out completely. You just do something real quick, you know, to get your anger out. Here's what I do. One of my old coworkers, he got real angry and he said he would just grab ice cube and just chuck him at the side of his garage because the sound would just satisfy him. I'm like, that makes sense. Me, I'll just ball my fist up and I'll hit the part of my leg, like right above my knee, right at the bottom of my thigh, just real hard, because it doesn't really hurt. It's no meat or nothing there. I just hit that. In Madden, I give up a first down on like 3rd and 15, hit the knee. And my wife be looking at me like, stop. And I'm like, it don't hurt. What's the problem? When I say that the first time that happens to me, my dog just gets out the room, he knows. He can hear from the commentary of like any game I'm playing, like especially when it's like Madden. He hears the commentators go, and welcome to a beautiful day of Sunday night football. He's like, yep, we out. I'm not doing this. He just knows. That's why he's my guy. But yeah. So circling back, Dylan, I'm sorry for joking on you and your Elden Ring gameplay. It looked hard. And guess who's not playing it? Me. I'll watch you stream it. I'm not built for that. I'm not that tough.